Hi, my name's Konnie. Everyone has a story, and this is my story. I grew up in a home of faith, and I committed my life at an early age to Jesus Christ. If you'd asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I'd have said, I want to be a stay-at-home mom and then maybe a teacher. I went to college, got my degree, got married. I was blessed to have 5 children. Along that journey of having 5 children, I did lose 3 children. I lost one when I was 5 months pregnant, one when I was 6 weeks pregnant, and I had a full-term baby born with a Cornelia-de-Lange syndrome. Her 3rd chromosome wasn't developed correctly, and so she was physically and mentally handicapped, and she had a bumpy little life, but man, we loved her. She died in my arms at 7 months old of congested heart failure. Were those things hard? Yes. My faith with Jesus was solid, and I realized there's lots of women who lose children, and there's some women who can't have children, and I was blessed to have 5. So I believe Jesus healed my heart, and we moved on. When my youngest was 3 and my oldest was 13, my husband, who was a youth pastor at the time, had an affair, left me for another woman, and told me that God is not the God of the Bible. Okay, so now I'm starting to think he's not the God of the Bible because I am devastated. I can't get out of bed, and it's dark. It's very dark in my life. I feel rejected as a wife. I feel rejected as a woman. And the thing I wanted most in life, to stay home with my children, I'm probably not going to be able to do anymore. I've got to get out of this bed, and I've got to get going. He leaves the city to get a job. I have to get a job. But God, my 2 favorite words in the Bible, was very faithful to me. He didn't let me go. He brought friends and family around to help me get up and get going again. I got a job teaching. I would go to school and teach 28 kids and come home and take care of my 5. And I would say my relationship with Jesus Christ was the most intimate time that I ever had. I needed him. I needed him as a husband. I needed him as a father. I needed him to help me. It's hard being a single parent, and I needed him to be there for me on that journey to raise my kids. And he was faithful. And then about 10 years after being a single mom, I met a widower who loved Jesus. He had 1 daughter. We got married. We did the blended family. And then I think it was 3 years into that marriage, I realized that one of my adult children is an alcoholic. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm going to do the Jesus things. I'm going to pray. I'm going to fast, and she's going to get better. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, a few years into this isn't working. Okay, well, Jesus needs some help. So now I'm doing everything. She becomes my addiction. My addict becomes my addiction. I am going to save her from everything. I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to pay her bills. I'm going to bond her out. I'm going to clean up her messes. I'm going to do it all. Because my fear with Jesus right now is, you don't get this one. You can mess with me all you want, but don't you mess with one of my children. And I'm really wrestling with this. I am really struggling, depending on God, that he's a good God. Because good gods, they don't dangle your children in front of you. They don't do things like that. They rescue and save, and I'm not so sure she's going to live because it's not looking good. This goes on for years. Finally, I get to the point where I can't do anymore. I realize that's not going to solve the problems. All the love in the world and all the help in the world will not solve it. And I finally go, okay, God, you're the God of the Bible. I'm going to give her over to you. Live or die, she's yours. And there is a peace that you get from God that passes an understanding. And yes, did I always do it right from there? No. There's times that the phone would ring and I'd panic, or the police would drive down the street and I'm like, are they going to come into my house, or what's going to happen? So I did continue to have struggles, but I was able to finally to lay her life down and trust Jesus with it. I am happy to say that after 11 years of her being an alcoholic, today we have 11 years of sobriety. So I learned a lot about God along that life and along my journey. I learned that my story, it's not about me. My story is about Jesus and his faithfulness and his love to me, and him showing me he is the God of the Bible.